Hello guys, in this video I want to talk about a concept which you may be slightly familiar with, and it's the fact that if you listen to people's advice word for word all the time and you always do what people tell you, then you're actually going to end up having the exact same life as them. So you got to be wary of which advice you take without any grains of salt, because if you are taking people's advice and they're not living the type of life that you would like to live, then why are you taking their advice? And it's a good question, because a lot of people seem to take everybody's opinion into account except their own opinion. A lot of people are living cookie cutter lives. They're living the exact same lives that their friends are living, that their parents set out for them. Like, they're not really living lives that are unique and true to themselves. And that's what happens when people get into dead-end jobs and start feeling like they're in a soul-crushing job, and they feel like they messed up in life, but it's already too late because they chose to have some arbitrary goal, like, be accepted by everybody and then retire at 52 or whatever, maybe 65, with all the rates of inflation and everything going wrong for the economy these days. The fact of the matter is that you should take everybody's advice with a grain of salt, because nobody has lived the exact same life as you. Nobody has had the same experiences, the same upbringing, the same environmental conditioning as you. And only you know what is best for you deep down. And we all have a lot of biases and these sorts of things which give us emotional impulses and these sorts of things when we are trying to make decisions. So you have to become aware of what kind of biases you have when you're trying to make a decision, if you are trying to make the best decision. The best example of these types of beliefs is self-limiting beliefs. For example, when somebody thinks that they can't do anything remarkable or special in this world because they were just not born with any unique talent. And it is true that some people were born with extreme talent, with extreme intelligence and this sort of thing. However, you have to realize that everybody who's accomplished anything in this world is a human just like you, and you're also a human, and you can accomplish great things. It turns out, actually, if you look at the studies for how much intelligence impacts life outcomes, intelligence only has a 14% effect on life outcomes of people. What is far more important for life outcomes is two things. Number one, environmental conditions when they were growing up, which is pretty clear because depending on the country you were born, your life outcomes are likely to be very different. And number two is your attitude in life. Do you have a positive attitude, or do you have a negative attitude in life? A lot of people have a negative attitude in life, and the funny thing is that they don't even realize it. Like, people have this bias in their lives. We all have a mind, we all have a brain, and our brain always likes to solve problems. And in these Western countries that I and most of the audience lives in, there are not too many problems where we grow up, where we live. So what happens when the brain doesn't have problems to solve, and we don't give it problems to solve? Then the brain makes up its own problems for it to solve. Enter depression, enter negative thinking and self-critical thinking, and these sorts of things. When you are just letting your mind be idle and you're not giving it tasks and jobs and work, then of course your mind is going to be critical, and it's going to be negative, and it's going to start thinking about things which are damaging to your, you could say, mental health, mental equilibrium. It's only natural. And the way to have a positive mindset is to, for example, when a problem arises, to instead of thinking of it as something bad, something negative in your life, think of it more as like a challenge and as an opportunity for you to develop some sorts of skills, for example, self-discipline, willpower, or your skill at certain things, these sorts of things. And of course, it's also an opportunity for you to be able to practice having a more positive mindset, because at the end of the day, we're going to be on life for a certain amount of time. We have a limited amount of time on earth, and during our time on earth, you can either have a negative mindset while you're on earth, and if you have a negative mindset, even when you get rich, is your life really going to become so much better from being rich if you're constantly criticizing yourself and criticizing everything in the world around you, your situation that you find yourself in? Or, so that's one option. Or you could have a positive mindset and you can enjoy your life and you can have a good life regardless of your income level. And then if you do get rich, then you're going to enjoy that even more, and you're going to enjoy, spending time with your family and friends and all these sorts of things even more, way more than a person with a negative mindset would. So that's about it for this video, guys. I hope that you learned something useful in this video. Just like in all my videos, there is a message in this video. I hope you get it. And yeah, see you in the next one. Like and subscribe, all that. Peace.